Katie from the end of filming, warning you in advance that this video may be rather disjointed, and also lacking in substance. Sorry? Hi guys, it's Thursday, and as usual I don't really know what I'm going to talk about, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start talking, and then I will edit out the bits that don't really make sense. I have to say I agree with James. I'm consistently amused and amazed at how much content we actually manage to get out of videos that, when we make them, don't seem to make a lot of sense. Or at least, that's how I feel. Like, even when one of us makes a video about nothing, the rest of us somehow manage to make some sense of that. So because I don't really know exactly what I'm going to say, let's start with the whole neurons universe thing. I guess I don't really have much to add to that apart from it is a beautiful image and it's amazing and wonderful and this world we live on is pretty exciting. I'm not really sure which side Spencer and Jeff were exactly referring to when they said that they were tempted to play devil's advocate, but I guess for me it just makes me more aware of the beauty of the world, and I feel like maybe we don't need to justify that, we can just appreciate it. In terms of consciousness, I took a philosophy class in grade 11, and we learned some things about consciousness, one of them being that there is a hard problem and an easy problem of consciousness. The easy problem being how we explain how external stimulus gets interpreted by our brains, so, you know, sights, sounds, smells, touch, etc. That's not so difficult to explain because we kind of understand the mechanics of the brain. The hard problem, if I remember correctly, is how all of that interpreted stimulus pieces together to create an aware world view, which is apparently what we have. And no, I can't answer that question either. I guess personally I just usually define consciousness with that literal definition of whether you're awake or not. I feel like by no means does life imply consciousness, because trees are alive, and I doubt trees have consciousness, but I wouldn't discount it completely. I suppose I would say that there's probably different levels of consciousness, as in, like, trees would have a very low level of specific consciousness in the definition that I am assuming that you give to consciousness as well. Oh, why is this so complicated? And then animals would be equally more conscious, and then people are probably the most conscious that we know of, but, you know, dolphins or mice might be even more. To be honest, probably the thing that I most want to talk about in this video is one thing that Spencer said that really resonated with me. Spencer said on Tuesday, and I quote,
"I think it's in part because I can explain some of my emotions that I feel the need to try to explain all my emotions."
And as a very introspective person, that hit me where it counts. I mean, look, these are journals from 2008. I've pretty much filled them all. I know I've said this before, but I express my life in words. I have to, and I always try to explain everything I do in words. And that includes justifying it. Like you said, Spencer, I feel like I am constantly trying to explain why I have done something, why I feel a certain way, based on whatever things I've done in the past, based on my natural temperament, which I am also constantly trying to describe. And I appreciate that it's good that I know myself this well, but at the same time, it can get a little bit exhausting. I get a lot out of journaling, but sometimes I worry that I overthink things. And so maybe sometimes we need to stop psychoanalyzing ourselves and just sit and listen to music and make cranes. Or watch TV, or goof off with friends, or exercise, or sleep. Any of those things. It's so good to get out of your own head sometimes. Can you tell that I've kind of been in my own head quite a lot recently? And I finally came to the conclusion yesterday that this is because I'm going through another one of those weird transition periods, in that I am finishing work in the next 2 weeks, and then I'm going off to university in about 2 weeks, and it's all a little bit crazy, and I don't really know how I feel about it, and it just results in me feeling totally unmotivated to do anything. And it's times like these when I really just want to leave my life behind and go away. And although I'm leaving here in a few weeks, I'm not going away, I'm just going to another here. I haven't moved in 11 years. I have slept in the same room for 11 years, and it's going to be really strange. And yes, I am partly deliberately tying this back to Jeff's thoughts about home, because I thought that his video was amazing and touching, and you really should go watch it if you haven't. But yes, I suppose I'm just gonna carry on psychoanalyzing myself for the rest of my life, and trying to justify everything I do, and that's probably okay, because at least I know myself better than people who don't, right? I feel like I've started some thoughts that I didn't completely finish. I'm sorry if that bothers you. This is tired, unmotivated, transitional period Katie. You don't really want to get on her bad side, because she could lash out and strike at any time. Yeah, like that. So I guess I better go before I hurt anybody, and Spencer, I'll see you doing some kind of challenge tomorrow.